Hello, and I would like to give my thoughts on what I thought about the movie, White Boy Rick, which is basically the story of, a teenager by the name of Richard Wersch Jr., which during the 1980s in Detroit, which was dealing with the crack epidemic and the war on drugs. His character was like the youngest FBI informant at the time, at the age of 14. But then, of course, when the feds kind of abandoned Richard, he ended up, of course, turning to drugs to kind of, dealing drugs, as a way of, helping out his, family since, they kind of grew up like poor, and I guess he felt he was doing it to help his father and his sister, and then of course, as history has shown, drugs, doesn't really do anything, good to help people, and of course, he ended up, serving 30 years, for selling, even though, Richard Jr.'s character was considered like a non-violent offender, which was, what do I say about what I thought about the White Boy Rick movie? I would say, you know, um, what I liked about the movie was, I guess the father and son relationship, and of course, one of the aspects of the film is that, how would I say that, like that sometimes, people are not what they appear to be, because I guess, Richard Mersh Jr. thought, I guess, the feds would have his back, and then of course, you know, when they had no further use of him, they just, dispose of him, and I guess, like you would say, put him in in the system, and things like that. And of course, if there's one takeaway I would have from this film is, like, sometimes, choices, even though they were for the, I guess for, for intended for the good, can have consequences, and that would be my takeaway from seeing this movie. So I would say it was a very entertaining, film, something worthy, to watch and things like that. So that's my verdict on the Dear White Boy. White Boy Rick. Sorry. I guess for those that want to see other reviews that I've done, feel free to comment, like the video, and check out my YouTube page to see the other works that I've done. Okay, thank you again for listening.